let's review this now and consider that we're going to be taking profits or doing another 15-minute entry tomorrow, or actually letting this run if the momentum plot is correct. All right, because this is going to 163. We just did a very elaborate projection on this yesterday. I believe we're all now aware of the potential of the breakout of this cycle. There was an internal supply and demand cycle here that broke above this cycle top, and if it does break above this cycle top, it's probably going to be doing an equal amplitude of the older cycle. That equal amplitude of the older cycle simply takes you to 163 level here. All right, if you add the breakout, consider that this is a higher cycle, so it has its own amplitude, you go of course to 164 and you go to 166. So we established yesterday that for swing traders, the best entry is going to be at the old cycle top, 156.3, that level here, even 155.3, right? And the stop is just below 50% between that older cycle, or a hedge should be implemented there. This is a very important position to take. It should take you all the way to 163. Now we also established that because of the positive momentum that we were seeing, on 15-minute charts, these charts here on the 1 hour and the 4 hours are too academic. You're not really going to be seeing this 156 level, even 157 level. You're looking at 156.30 and 157.30 because there is a positive plot, a positive cycle. The breakout like is very strong here on the daily. All internal cycles are positive, and therefore it is established that we are not going to be seeing this. We are not going down to 115.4. We're not going down to 115.47. We're not going down to 157.5. All of these are just technical, would be a waste of time and a waste of resource. The only option is to buy upfront on that 15-minute chart, always buy the pivot level, because even that pivot level for swing traders is probably taking us to 163 already. Okay, so yesterday the pivot level was 159.07 or 159.10. We established this, that you would want to buy as close to the pivot as possible with a stop 200 points down at 157, just below that level 1. This is the correct segregation, a 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. We take it from here today. This is still moving higher. At that point it was doing 160.97. Now it's doing 160.84. It's still doing that same high again. We are still on positive momentum on all internal time frames, the 4, the 1, the day, and of course the week. So let's get back to that 15. Okay, so now we would want to update the count and consider to take profits. So this is today's 15-minute chart. This was the pivot. You would of course consider to buy the pivot. Today we're lucky, we just made the pivot and the market took off. We're now going to take profit for short-term traders at 161. That's really as simple as that. All right, there's nothing else with it. If we're going to be longer term traders, we can see the cycle structure right there before us. Okay, so remember we always use 4-hour charts for swing targets. Okay, now swing traders would have theoretically moved to bottom of level 2. Okay, let's take this down to the bottom of that level 2 at that red marker. We were keeping it at the bottom of an internal level 2, which is more appropriate. This is 157.25, this is 1.2718, so it's correct. Okay, we're just looking at this, and let's strike out of these, stand out of the spikes. 160.75, here is 160.85. all right, we just now, if we were a swing trader, you would have bought 78.6, 160, and 38.2, 158.6. Remember that strategy? Yeah, we just have bought 160.10 or 160.07. Now the important thing about this current 4-hour chart is the target projections, because we are going to be holding what we have bought at the pivot level, the 15-minute pivot level, to the projection of this cycle. The cycle is still moving higher. Next target is 162.26. There's also an R3 here, and there is 163.13. So let's say our next target is 163. We've done projections now for this cycle. There is a 1 2, this is a 3, yes, definitely the 5 into 3. The correction is finished because this is simply an extension on this kind of very strong momentum plot that we are also seeing on the 15-minute chart. Okay, so that wave 3 ends at 162, at least 138.2, 161.85, which is 162. Most probably it's an extension. It will end at 163. Remember, this is the upper boundary of that ending diagonal altogether. So yes, it's going to 163 and even 163 plus 163.60. So what we're holding right now on that 15-minute chart by buying the pivot level will take it open target to 163 and 163.50.